I'm finding week on week we're very different every week anyway.
But I think that works. I think it's really nice to see how two different people can take a subject that's the same so differently.
And literally, some weeks it's literally one word.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, no, they're good.
We have topped up a few more ideas in the box.
Yeah.
And this week's one is
Okay.
nature.
Okay, I feel a bit happier about this.
You're at home on this one, so I'll see you in 3 days' time.
Ciao.
Bye.
Hi guys, so this week's theme is nature. Honestly, I have been pretty excited about because it's just very much the style of photography that I enjoy. I haven't done an on-site behind the scenes this week because we ended up walking a really long way and I was sweaty and horrible and there was midges everywhere, and actually to stand and take behind the scenes video was just not really on the cards. So this is me after having a shower in my PJs, just sort of filling you in on the day. So I shot off this morning with Hoagie in the hope of checking out a local loch called Loch Truel, which has some really good footpaths to it, and I had big sort of visions of a really nice mountain scene with the big loch in the front and these mountains in the background. And actually when I got there, just the conditions weren't amazing. There was trees in the way wherever I tried to get a good shot of the loch itself. So in the end I scrapped that idea. It was still a nice walk, so worth the day out. However, on the way back on one of the trails, we found two different things which I'm yet to decide between for my video. We found a pretty cool tree, which is quite strange, which I'm hoping the photograph comes out okay once I tweak it. And we also found a little lizard, bizarrely, which I've had a look up tonight to see what it was, and it's just a common lizard, which I've never ever seen before in this country, but apparently you do get. So there you go, learn something new every day. And I have got a few shots of him, but again I'm not really sure how they're going to come out. So I will go and have a look at them now and hopefully choose which one I like most. Sadly, no lock picture for you guys, but maybe another week will allow for that. Who knows? Okay, see you later. Bye. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good, yeah. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How did you find this week?
It wasn't my favourite week at all.
When we pulled it out, you just had that look about you that I didn't know how you'd feel.
I kind of just went blank, didn't I? I was just like, nature.
Yeah, I know.
I have to say, I think we're going to have our good weeks and our bad weeks, and this was definitely not my favourite week.
We said that though, sort of outside of this, we've not discussed what our pictures have been, but we've chatted about how we felt about different themes, and both of us have had weeks where we've just had a bit of a meltdown.
Yeah, this is my nosedive week.
This week I actually felt quite happy about, whereas other weeks I've just wanted to stop doing it.
Done. I think it's saying that though, I genuinely feel like I did try, but I don't feel like my picture has shown that I tried.
I think the problem is, like we say this nearly every week, we're our own worst critic. I'm sure it is lovely. It's just
yeah.
It's so hard, especially when you have a bit of a vision in your mind that you struggle to produce.
Well, see, this is the kind of the barrier I come up against with nature photography, is that I can't get inspired by it. I don't know what it is, but somebody gives me nature photography as a subject, and I'm like, it's just like white noise.
Yeah. See, I'm like that when it comes to people.
But see, in my head, my initial reaction was, oh, I'll do a self-portrait, and then I'm like, no, just stay away from self-portraits. Try and focus on the nature. And I've really tried.
I ended up thinking it was a really nice day. I thought I'm going to take one of the dogs out. I didn't really have an idea in mind, but I'd heard about a local loch, and I thought, well, I'll just go for a walk, and then we ended up getting pretty lost, and actually we ended up walking about 9.5 miles to get this photo.
Oh my god! I'm there like in my back garden.
But the thing is, it's ridiculous because the picture I took is not even the picture I thought that I would come away with. So I had these big visions of a big picture of a nice Scottish loch and mountains in the background and really nice idea. And I could have taken this in my back garden.
Oh.
So, so don't panic. It's not.
I'm gonna make a request this week. Can I go first? Because I feel like let's get the rubbish one out of the way.
No, don't be silly. Mine's just a bit strange, but you'll see. I've gone down the slightly strange, abstract-y route again.
Okay, that's cool though. Because I've kind of done the same. So I wanted to try and think outside the box. I tried like super cliche, just flowers and leaves and stuff. So I forgot I had these little lens filters. So it's this little Polaroid thing here. And in there it's literally like macro filters that you pop on the end of your lens. So I was like, I'll try and use those and just get something a little bit more creative than just here's a flower. Like but I literally can't take myself seriously with this one because I just feel like, as I say, I've tried and it just...
Yeah, but we've both had weeks like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I think it's hard as well. You almost think that the other person's gonna have done something because you think it's more in their comfort zone, but it's not always what you think. Because you just don't know what the day brings when you actually go out to try and get your picture.
Yeah, so, that's very true. And it has been horrible weather again this past few days. Yeah. But then that's nature, so... Right, I'll send you across my picture now. Okay. And I'm sorry, kind of not sorry, but sorry.
Don't be silly. Oh, I really like that.
It's super simple, but as I say, I try to just be a little bit more experimental.
You know what though? I think in this case, simple really works because I think so many times, I think both of us are a bit guilty of it, is trying to create something really extravagant.
Yeah.
You know, to get this picture in our head, and actually sometimes simple is just really nice. And I think that's really beautiful.
The other thing I was focusing on as well, so obviously with my little lens filters, I also just tried focusing on more of my editing of my colours.
Yeah.
Because I know it's not the most kind of conceptual bit of photography, it's not the most out there creatively, but if you look at the original photograph, there were so many like vibrant neon greens in there, and I'm just trying to like dull it down and just put my own spin on the colour side of it.
And I love the tones of that. It almost feels quite autumny.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that it's actually really blurry and it just draws you into the middle of the flower, which is really nice. I really like that. And it doesn't matter you did it in your garden. Could have gone to a garden centre for all I know.
Cool fact about this flower though, I got it for 50p in a tiny little vase as a little kind of tiny little rose for Mother's Day. It was kind of being discarded at the end of Mother's Day one day. I thought, even if it lasts a week, it'll be fine. And it's like nearly a year later, and it's turned into a massive rose bush. So I was like, winner!
I love having a story behind something as well. Like,
I don't want you to think I'm not taking it seriously because I genuinely did try it. I had so many pictures on my camera, and I was like, right, no, I'm gonna go back and try it again. I'm gonna go back. So I genuinely did try. I just
honestly, it comes across the way you've taken the picture. It draws you into the middle. You can tell the effort's gone into that. It's not just
okay. Nature is not my strong point. However, when I drew this out, I was like, this is your week.
You say that, but I had these big ideas of this really beautiful nature scene, more than a singular feature. And then we went on this great big walk. And actually, when we got there, it just trying to get a picture that I was happy with the composition of. It just didn't happen. There was trees in the way. Literally, right in the middle of my photograph, so actually you never got a full lovely shot
Yeah.
of what I wanted, which for me was a bit frustrating after going all that way. And bizarrely, it was on the way back that I stumbled across what you will see. And I ended up with 2 pictures this week, which are massively different. I've gone for this one because I just like the composition of it a bit better. I will send it across.
It's really unusual for you to have 2 pictures. Oh, man.
So, this
That's
is
cool.
So it was the weirdest tree. Okay, so this, I'm going to send you another picture, not necessarily for the just for your benefit. So this is why I actually went to this tree in the first place. This actually was not even my second picture. This is just a picture that I liked the look of. But the bark was basically peeling away into like loads of different weird lumpy layers. And I just thought it was a pretty cool tree. So took a picture of it.
That's the same tree. That's all one tree.
That's the same tree, just further down the trunk.
That's crazy.
So it's actually this weird, like, the way the bark was kind of like being stripped away naturally, that I went to the tree in the first place. So I was like, oh, that's really weird. And then I basically put my camera on the tree and looked at the tree. It's a bit odd. It's a bit weird, but I kind of like how it's turned out.
That's so cool. The perspective of it is absolutely brilliant. Love it. Just a little detail of the cobwebs at the bottom.
So it's not what I had in mind at all, but
that's cool though. Not what I was expecting from you. I genuinely thought it would be like beautiful loch in Scotland.
No,
that is cool though.
So I'm pretty happy with how it went, but I wasn't panicky this week. Like, more often than not, I'm a bit like stressed out about it, but I didn't really feel stressed out. I think because I know we've got so much on the doorstep here for nature, I knew something would come up. It's at this point where I start racking my brain to see what is left.
Well, we did top up the box last week, so I think we've got quite a few different themes left in there. There are a few that I'm like, I would or would not like those this week. The next one, I would like it to be a nice one for me.
But usually a nice one for you is not a nice one for me.
Sorry.
So, selfishly, I'm going to say I hope it's not nice for you.
Sorry. This week.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, good luck.
See you in 3 days.
Bye.